Hello, what's up everybody? It's Baltic here with my review of Sonic Mania. And before we get started, I'd just like to say a big thanks for all the people sticking with the channel, and I hope you're enjoying the content so far. And a big hello and welcome to all our new subscribers. Let's get into this. At last, Sega are back with the 2D Sonic game fans have been waiting for now for over 20 years. Finally, they've recaptured the essence of the original trilogy and have even built upon it, remixing iconic stages from the franchise and adding all new ones to explore. Interesting boss battles, an amazing soundtrack, and most importantly, the feel of the gameplay with familiar physics make this one nostalgia-filled adventure you don't want to miss. Gaming has always been synonymous with mascots, and maybe never more so than in the early 90s. When 2D platformers were in their peak, everyone was trying to compete with Nintendo and Mario, all hoping to make that next big mascot character. We had games like Bubsy the Bobcat, Aero the Acrobat, even corporate brands were making their own mascot games, from 7-Up's Cool Spot, to Chupa Chups Zool, to Cheetos Chester the Cheetah, and even McDonald's McKids. The market was flooded, and the best Sega had at the time was Alex the Kid. And here you can see Sega's problem. Enter Mr. Needlemouse, the product of an in-house competition held by Sega to find a new mascot, and after a bit of tinkering, Sonic the Hedgehog was born. He single-handedly propelled Sega to new heights, both in terms of sales and market share. Within the next few years, various sequels were released that improved and refined Sonic's unique formula. What followed was one of the biggest falls from grace any video game franchise had ever seen. So after a slew of spin-offs, numerous failed attempts to make Sonic into a 3D game, and even take the franchise back to its 2D roots with the flawed, episodic Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which was ultimately cancelled early, do we finally have a Sonic game worthy of the name? I'm happy to report the answer's a definite yes. Right from the intro, the graphics and sound transport you back to Sonic's heyday, emulating the 16-bit art style of the original trilogy with some modern touches, and absolutely nailing the soundtrack. In fact, I don't think there's a piece of music I disliked in the whole game. Blending pop-inspired beats with funk, rock, and even hip-hop and jazz, they've done a fantastic job. And in my opinion, any one of them could stand toe-to-toe with the series classics, and that's saying a lot. The actual sound effects are awesome too, and sound as if they've been lifted straight from the original, yet improved. The only thing I found annoyingly loud was the jump sound, which I had to go into the menu and turn the sound effects down for in order to even keep playing it, because it quickly became unbearable. See what I mean? Now, in the game you have a time trial mode and a competition mode, and those both go alongside a decent length campaign, which you can play through as either Sonic and Tails, solo as Tails, who can fly, Knuckles, who can glide and wall climb, or even just Sonic, who is the new drop dash mechanic. But apart from that, feels exactly like the original, with incredibly tight controls. It's this that Sega have been unable or unwilling to recreate up until now. The game was actually inspired by a fan remake, and the love and attention given to every single stage, every sound, every character and every boss just confirms this. It's an absolute celebration of what in many fans' eyes made Sonic great. From starting up the first level, which is a reimagined Green Hill Zone, until the credits roll, it's a platforming tour de force, Sonic style. I actually had to go back and play the original Green Hill Zone in Sonic 1 to see just what changes had been made. Sonic Mania manages to hit that sweet spot between new and old, feeling both fresh yet familiar, giving nods to the past games yet revitalising the formula just enough as not to spoil the magic. I feel even if you've never played any of the originals, you would still have a great time here, but the nostalgia factor cannot be understated. I must admit, I was in utter bliss blazing through Sonic Mania's worlds. The graphics are good, and I know they were going for the 16-bit look, but I would have preferred a more modern, polished look to the graphics, especially in the backgrounds, such as, dare I say, the new Super Mario games. But this is a minor complaint, and there are definitely some nice effects, and at times you'll be moving at the speeds the old Mega Drive could never have achieved without spontaneously combusting. The stages are huge, expertly designed, and all have multiple paths. This, combined with the individual character abilities, make the game hugely replayable. In fact, I would argue it's a must. During my first playthrough, I was thinking the game may even have been a little bit too easy. Apart from the Sphere mini game, which I've always hated, and the all new one which has you chasing a Chaos Emerald round the track, I was breezing through it, but thankfully I couldn't have been more wrong, with the later stages offering a much better challenge. Most of the bosses are great, but there are one or two I felt were a bit unfair. Despite this, even near the end of the game, you'll still be encountering brand new enemies and platforming mechanics. Now, without spoiling anything, just trust me, they do some unique and amazing things in each stage. I highly recommend sticking with this one until the very end to see them all. So despite a few minor complaints, Sonic Mania has turned out to be the Sonic 4 the fans deserved, and I happily give it a 9.2 out of 10. A must play in my opinion. So as always, let us know what you think in the comments below, and hit that subscription button for more. I sincerely hope Sonic Mania can start a new lease of life for old Sega franchises. Did someone say Streets of Rage Mania?